Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to Below Decksports, a podcast that recaps current Below Deck seasons with two Midwest millennial siblings. I'm Morgan.
I'm Lane.
And today we're recapping Below Deck Med, Season 8, Episode 7, Tightly Unwound.
Will you explain that to me?
I thought maybe you would know. So I know I feel like it's become our job to analyze these titles. Tightly Unwound. The only thing I was thinking of is during the episode when they had the issue with the I'm gonna say rope, and that's wrong. Hold on. What is it? Ground lines.
Oh, yeah.
Unwound? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's like everyone was tight, but now they're unwinding because they're all fighting. Right. I don't know.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's a critical thinking exercise every
week. It really
week.
is. And I didn't ask for that. I did not ask for that.
The way our episodes work is we start with two quick fun questions for each other based upon this week's episode, not more than one. Then once we get into the episode, we focus on about 2 points throughout. The topics I have for today are Natalia's boyfriend drama. Ugh. And just more drama on the interior, basically. Yeah. I mean, we'll get into kind of off topic, but I think I talked to you about this off mic. We had a good YouTube comment where somebody said, would you talk about the food more?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that's a really good idea because I'm really interested in the food. And I feel like so far this season, they really haven't, I don't know, they haven't really talked or showcased the food.
Yeah, because he's been killing it all season.
Well, I like Chef Jack, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say he's been killing it. I would say he's been doing good. But as far as other chefs compared, I don't think he's given that one meal yet that it's wow. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's more of the other chefs have their ups and downs and he stays pretty consistent with having good food.
So far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. So yeah. Oh, we have our questions.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Sure.
Did you see they released the crew for the new Below Deck starting in February?
No, I didn't see that.
I saw that it was over the weekend. They posted it on Instagram because they did BravoCon.
Oh, yeah.
Which we are... Okay. If you don't know this about us already, we're really not Bravo-holics. We are just Below Deck. I wish I could get into BravoCon. I would love to go to BravoCon, don't get me wrong. But to say I would know any of the housewives would be a lie.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't want to like the housewives and watch it. It's just so much.
Oh, I know. There's 15 of them.
How do people have time?
I don't know.
I truly do wish I had the time because I do want to watch them, but then also I haven't been watching them since the beginning. So do I have to start Housewives of New York from the season 1?
I doubt it.
That's what I was thinking
be wrong,
too.
But I doubt it.
Anybody who, this is a good comment for the YouTube. Mm-hmm. Can I pick up any Housewives seasons right now? If so, which one's the best that I could pick up on right now? Because I am interested.
Yeah.
But the idea of going back 15 episodes or 15 seasons, that I can't do it. It would take me a long time.
Yeah, and I don't even really know what the premise is.
It's just reality. It's just Below Deck, but not
no boats?
On a boat. And
Not
they're
interested.
housewives of rich men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So again, really dramatic. I'm not talking shit about it at all. We just don't watch that. And I started Vanderpump from the beginning, but that's very daunting too. Vanderpump Rules. I'm only on season 1 still. So it's but I remember asking somebody about Vanderpump. I was like, can I pick up there? And they're like, you really, it's tough if you try to just jump in. And I'm like, okay, so I'll try to go back. But it's a lot of episodes.
Yeah. I mean, I still haven't gone back to watch all of original Below Deck.
Same.
Because it's so long.
Yeah, I think I'm on, and because we've been doing this, it's tough. I haven't been watching any other Below Deck besides this because of once we started this at the beginning of Below Deck Down Under, there's been no break.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should know that. So I know that the new Below Deck starts February 5th. I'm pretty sure. They said February 5th. I'm hoping this gets done at like the end of December, but I don't know. We're on episode 7.
There's usually like on average 20 episodes.
I know. So I don't know if we're going to have much of a break.
Which is fine. I mean, because otherwise we have to fill that time with,
Yeah,
well, I guess we could try and get interviews and stuff.
right. This is
I
us
don't know.
literally just talking out
Yeah.
loud. Sorry, guys. Anyways, my question was, what do you think about Captain Carey taking over for Captain Lee? He was the one that did Below Deck Adventure.
Oh,
Did you watch Below Deck Adventure?
I did, but it's been a while. I remember him being all right.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I don't remember anything too crazy about him.
He liked one of our reels on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, a
you.
little while back. So yeah, I'm excited. I think he's going to be a good captain.
So are they still doing adventure or no?
That's a good question. My guess would be no. Because in my
Yeah.
mind, I think they did adventure to kind of ease him in to see how he did. Because they knew Captain Lee was like retiring.
Yeah.
That's where my mind goes. They haven't said anything about adventure. But I know at BravoCon they talked about renewing every other Below Deck besides that one.
Yeah, because you don't really hear much about it. It wasn't anything too crazy.
Well, it was just the first season too.
Yeah, and it's a cool premise. I mean, they're going through caves, they're
Yeah.
doing zip lining and all that stuff.
I liked it. I actually
Yeah.
have nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah, I just don't think they had the perfect formula for the first season.
Okay.
Because it was like, oh, a little drama here, a little drama there, but it was more of like a travel channel show, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
And if I remember this correctly, because I'm not sure, I think it might have not been on. I think it might have just been on Peacock, not even Bravo.
It might have been, yeah.
So I think that might have been how Below Deck Down Under was. First season, not second.
Yeah, I think you might be right on that.
Yeah. So I don't know if maybe they just didn't get the numbers or that was always their plan, was like Captain Carey was going to take over for Captain Lee.
Yeah, I'm excited though.
Yeah. So February 5th.
Cool. On to my question.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite stew and why is it Jess?
Yeah. Arguably, it's Jess then Toomey,
Yeah.
like at this rate. Because
After this episode, yeah.
after this episode, poor Toomey.
I
We will
know.
get into this because I literally broke down the drama where it starts with Kyle not wanting to do service. I literally look at all the notes I have, like step by step.
I was hoping you did that because it was getting hard for me to follow.
It's insane. So,
Yeah.
I say poor Toomey because literally she didn't do anything to stoke this fire or contribute to this at all.
Yeah, she's really getting a bad rap this season.
I think, well, I hope people like me are seeing like that, especially this last episode. She's just doing her job.
I know.
Like, so right now, yeah, I think I'd probably put Jess first just because of how Jess handled this drama.
It was perfect.
Yeah, like I don't know. I guess the one thing I think I would have done differently, which again, it's a dramatic show. So of course they're going to want someone to be a little bit offended. I don't think I would have been offended like she was when Natalia told her that. I would have been like, that's not a big deal. I didn't get the vibe from Toomey that she didn't think I could do service.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. They're all tired. It's the middle of the season. There's no
It's
end
not
in
even
sight.
really the middle though.
Yeah.
It's like not even quite the middle.
It's been a tiring one, it seems like. Like it feels like they're
It
towards
should
the
be.
end and there's 5 charters left.
I know.
It's like that sucks.
Yeah. But you're right. Jess is probably my favorite right now.
Yeah, me too.
So cool. Okay. So we start off. My first note is Natalia's boyfriend sucks ass.
Seriously. What a douchebag.
Like, Natalia hasn't been the best this season, but he's such a douche.
He's
At
such a
least that's how
douche.
they're making it out to be.
I don't think you can edit a normal conversation into what we've seen.
Yeah.
Unless they're completely lying about it, which doesn't really seem like their style. I
Yeah.
think he's just a douche.
It just doesn't make any sense. We've already talked about this. The fact that, like, you're going to be like, I'm going to hook up with random girls in Thailand, but don't kiss that guy on your
Yeah.
charter. Like, don't like him. Like, what?
Yeah, it's such a controlling, manipulative
It's insane.
bullshit.
And it's rare that you see that though. Like this sounds terrible, but normally he's just cheating on her without telling her.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's scary because that's kind of like level 1, and like level 5 is convincing her to
That-
let him do it.
Like that he gets an open relationship, but she doesn't.
Yeah,
That's just
not good.
it's not typical either. Like I said, it's either usually if it's an open relationship, it's both parties, or they're just doing it behind each other's backs.
Yeah, and then they fight about it when they get drunk.
Right.
Like I've seen that a lot of times.
This is just unusual.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that must have been. Oh yeah, because the last episode ended with Luca in her bed and her boyfriend's calling,
Yeah.
and then he's trying to make a joke about it. Then she gets all defensive, kind of like, "It's not funny. It's my life." So then he leaves, and he's like, "I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't love you. You know."
I know.
Like,
And yeah, I do like the way he's handled it,
yeah.
where he's just like, all right, at this point, whatever.
Right.
That's a lot. That's a whole basket case over there.
Yeah.
I'm fine with leaving
Right.
it all alone.
Yeah. Don't want to get involved with that. So we get introduced to the new charter. They're young women.
From
And-
Florida.
Okay, they're from Florida. I didn't
Yeah.
catch that. Okay, this is going to sound bad. They're pretty, don't get me wrong. They're good looking.
Yeah.
They're making it out like they're supermodels.
Yeah.
Like every guy is making it out like they're supermodels. The editing is making it out like they are just drop dead. Don't get me wrong. Again, I'm not saying that they're gorgeous. I used the analogy to Brad earlier, my husband. I think there was some confusion because I say Brad a lot.
Yeah,
That
I'm
people thought-
Lane.
That's Lane. Sorry, Brad is my husband, which I should probably specify more. But I told him, if me and my friends were on a charter, we're pretty. Like we would be, it would be a pretty charter. Like it'd be pretty girls. Then if there's like Gigi Hadid and Kendall Jenner, there's a difference. Like my friends aren't Kendall Jenner and them, supermodels. It's not saying anything bad about either group, but like I just feel like they're making this group of girls out to be like that level where it's like,
Yeah.
they're pretty, it's fun, yeah, but they're like, especially like Chef Jack,
Yeah, I think he's what's the phrase? Down bad.
thirsty.
He's a little down bad right now. Little down bad. But it's okay, buddy. We've all been there.
What's the phrase? Down bad. Oh man. My next note is like he said you can either look like Luca or you can be a chef, and then I put I'm uncomfortable.
I did catch that too.
Oh man.
Or
So-
be a chef.
And then he says he has crossed the line prior
Yeah.
with guests. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
you
Yeah,
think-
it was like the owner of the boat, his daughter or something like that.
Yeah. Do you think that if he did, he'd get in trouble? We've
Yeah.
never really seen a chef get in trouble, besides if their cooking's bad.
Yeah, I think he's smart enough to wait until they're off charter. But I think they will go out with this group.
Yeah, that's true. We've seen that before, and they don't get in trouble if they're off charter.
Yeah,
But he does take a shot next episode. Did
he
you
does.
see that?
I did see that.
That's on my note at the end was like, is that going to be a big deal? I don't know.
And then, of course, Natalia is the first one to be like, Sheffy took a shot. Like, shut the fuck up. All right? Narc?
I'm kind of with her, though,
Yeah, no.
because we even had an episode, I think it was the last season of Sailing Yacht. Remember where the guests said they wanted the whole crew to do dinner with them? Mm-hmm. And they weren't allowed to drink on that.
Yeah.
So it's like, if everybody can't, one person definitely can't. you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if the guests were to like stand up and be like, we really wanted him to do it, it's still iffy because Sandy is very cut and dry about don't drink on charter.
I know. And that's just like a clear rule.
That's like her number one rule.
Yeah. We'll have to see. I honestly don't know if it's going to be a big deal or not.
I think Sandy will probably bring him up to the bridge.
And be like, that's a no-no. But
can't
like
do
not
that.
enough to like let him go or whatever.
I mean, if he was like really sucking at his job, they'd probably let him go.
Yeah.
But at this point, a slap on the wrist.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to get into the drama and how it starts. Okay. I have it all broken down here. So I think we'll just go through it right now and not like as it goes through the episode. Okay. So here's where it starts. Kyle doesn't want to do service for this charter.
No.
We don't really know why. He says he's just not in the right mindset for it. Part of me thinks it's because he literally has nothing to look at because it's all
Could be.
girls. I don't want to make him sound shallow. I don't know. That's a theory. The other theory is he just misses his boyfriend. Like, again, totally valid.
He's also, I think, been on nights since he got on the boat.
That is true. That would take someone. That is very true. I wish they would have made that distinction, or if he would have made that distinction, because I think Toomey would have heard him out a little bit more.
Yeah.
If he's like, hey, can I just not be on nights this charter? I think she probably would have been like, Natalia can do service.
Or she would have been like, next charter, I'll take you off.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I think she would have been more understanding rather than like we're going to talk about
yeah.
going behind everyone's back and doing all that song and dance.
Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't even think of that. But like, yeah, that would get me down if I had to be up till 3 a.m. every time we had a charter every night and then wake up. I know, I think they can wake up around 11, so that's not terrible, but
Yeah, I feel like it would be more draining to be on nights because you're like, all right, if all of you go to bed at like 12, I can get a bunch of sleep, but you're going to stay up until 3 and piss me off even though I'm doing my job. It's like one of those things.
yeah. I don't know though, like if they go to bed at like, let's say midnight, I think they have to stay up and clean. So they're staying up to a certain time no matter what. But I think Kyle was struggling, especially with these girls, because I think they didn't go to bed until like 2-ish. That he's trying to clean, also entertain them, also get them drinks. It's just more to juggle if they're up, obviously.
Yeah, and I think they just have them stay up until like 2 or 3, because remember,
I
Nat
do not
was
think they.
freaking about how he didn't clean everything the night before.
Yes. Oh, I thought you were talking about the guests. You know how we were talking about how we would like want to stay up as long as we could if we were on a yacht? I think there's a rule that they have to go to bed by like 3 a.m. I don't think we've ever seen anybody stay up later than 3 a.m. And I know we were being like, why wouldn't you? But then I thought about it more. I think they might sign something when they're on the show being like, you can't stay up till 5 a.m.
I remember there was one charter, couldn't tell you if it was down under, med, regular, I don't remember. But they were staying up until like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
But maybe that was just do you guys want to do this? We'll take this out of the contract, so
Right.
it'll be drama for the show. Who knows?
Yeah, because that would suck. That would suck because someone has to stay up with them. So a Stu would I guess you could accommodate that. Again, like if Kyle ended up going to bed at, let's say, 6 a.m., he would just get to sleep till 2 p.m.
Yeah.
They would just adjust that a little bit, but it would mess up the schedule.
Yeah.
It would mess up like the breaks and stuff, I feel like.
Yeah, and I think it might be more of like it gets to be 3:30, 4 o'clock, and the Stu is just like, all right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
And maybe like whoever's on anchor watch comes down and is like, all right, you guys need to get to bed.
Yeah.
But they don't like technically have to.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. I just thought maybe they cut him off alcohol at a certain point too, but I don't know.
I mean, you'd think so, but there's really no reason to, unless they are like falling over, puking, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because they're not going anywhere.
I know.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so that's where it starts. He doesn't want to do service. Kyle then says in front of everybody at the table, so all the Stews are there. Toomey, Natalia, Jess, him, all there. Let's talk about how Jess is doing service this charter. And then he kind of like says it like a joke. Like he doesn't, then Toomey jokingly laughs, like, ha ha ha, very funny.
Yeah.
Okay, that's exactly how it was. Jess is confused if she is doing service or not. Valid question. Like, what's going on here?
Very valid.
Toomey says no, she wants Kyle on service. That could have been the end of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Belittle old Natalia.
Yep. That literally could have been the end. They were all there. They all heard it. Everybody was on the same page. Then Natalia starts drama, saying to Jess, it's so rude how she laughed at you. Toomey didn't mean it that way. We've already talked about that way. Or we've already talked about that. That's where I think, as if I were Jess, I would be like, no, she didn't laugh at me. But I think Jess in her mind was on the fence about it of like, didn't she laugh at me or was she just like laughing at Kyle and making a joke about what he was saying? So I think Natalia like reinforced that idea in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Then Kyle surprisingly does not feed into the drama when Jess approached him. No, wait. Was it Jess?
Yeah.
Shoot, who was it? Was it her? Yes, it was Jess. Okay.
Yeah,
You
because it
remember?
leads into Kyle getting mad at her later.
Yes. So it was Jess that goes to Kyle and says, like, what was that about? And Kyle doesn't even really say anything about Toomey. He was just like, I just think everybody should have a chance on service. Because Kyle does make a good point, and I think he says it later. He could have just said, have Natalia do service. She clearly knows how.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been easy to be like, hey, can I switch with Natalia for this charter? But it was like he was trying to help Jess out in a way. And I think it's because he wasn't there that first charter to see that, like, Jess knows how to do service. I just don't know what his... I guess my question would be like, what was his motivation for saying Jess instead of Natalia? Was it because he knew that Natalia and Toomey don't get along?
It could be innocent like that, or it could be when I want my job back, it's going to be a lot easier to get Jess out of there than Natalia.
That's a good point.
It could go either way, though. I have no idea.
Yep. I think he does say, like, in a way, like, I was trying to help you out. But I guess what we're saying is, like, I think Jess is confident in her skills and knows that she's on a charter with 3 really good stews and she's not trying to fight for, like, a second stew position.
Yeah, she hasn't even said anything about it. She's just doing her job.
She's like, I'm here to do whatever you want me to do.
Yeah, it's exactly what she says, too.
Right. So then, breath. Natalia and Toomey still don't like each other, you can tell, but they're both trying to keep the peace. They're both kind of making like one-handed things. Like I think Toomey at one point had said like she wouldn't be sad if Natalia left.
Yeah.
In a mean-ish way.
Well, it's not
It's
a lie.
Not a lie. And then Natalia also made like an offhanded comment at one point too, not like super serious, but Jess goes to Toomey to clear the air. Good for her.
Like an adult.
Like an adult. Toomey tells her she's completely fine, but she's then mad at Natalia for stirring the pot.
And even like Toomey handled that well too, because she could have made like backhanded it back to her like no, and she was just like no, sorry you took it that way.
Right.
Not what I meant.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
And I was actually a little bit worried because I was like, oh no, is Toomey going to handle this the wrong way?
I know, you already got a lot of feet in your mouth.
I know. So then that leads to later, which I think we'll go over like when we get there, to then there being a confrontation between Toomey and Natalia, where Natalia is like, you said you want me to go home. She's like, I never want you to stay if you want to go home. We're not friends. When we said keep the peace, we didn't mean we were going to be chums. And they kind of like leave it there, don't they?
Yeah, because Natalia walks away.
Yeah. Not as super dramatic as it has been, but... So there's your brief rundown of the interior drama. That's where we're at with it. Oh, no. At the very end.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to just get it all out or...
Yeah, let's just get it all out then. Then... Okay, then what? I didn't write that. I wrote it at the end.
So it was... Yeah, we were at where Toomey and Natalia are going back and forth.
Right.
Jess is just standing there because
Right.
she's kind of like literally cornered in.
Right.
Because they're blocking both the exits. But then at some point she said, Jess says that Kyle made her feel like she was a green stew.
To Toomey.
To Toomey. Toomey says it to Kyle, which, not a good idea.
Not a good idea. That was where Toomey messed up.
Yeah, you're the boss.
You are
you're
the boss,
leader.
yep.
It goes up. It doesn't go back down.
Right.
And then Kyle is pissed at Jess.
Pissed.
And Natalia stands there and does nothing.
Does nothing.
And I was like, it's just less and less every time.
Yep. So that covers it. And then that's where the episode ends. Obviously, we're not ending our episode right now, but like that's how this episode of Below Deck ends, with him like yelling at Jess. And Jess basically says like, you're taking it the wrong way. Like you did call me a green stew, but I didn't really take offense to it, is kind of what Jess is trying to say.
Yeah, I didn't fully understand what she was trying to say.
Yeah.
Because Kyle was not giving her much time to talk.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, it was something like just like you said, she wasn't really offended. She said it to Toomey. Toomey took it one way. Toomey relayed that to Kyle. Kyle amped it up
Yep.
times 1,000.
Yeah. No, I think what Jess was trying to say is Kyle's good at his job and he makes her feel green because he knows more, which is true.
Yeah,
It's the wrong way to put it,
yeah, that's a good. Yeah, okay.
but like it would be like if I went to, okay, so I'm a therapist and I'm 30. I have a coworker who's in her, I think, 60s who's amazing. It's like comparing me to her, where it's like we're both good, but clearly she's better. She's got more experience. Like you know what I mean? It's like the same thing. I think that's what Jess was trying to say.
Yeah, and I just don't think she said it the right way.
Yeah.
And then Toomey told Kyle.
Which was, yeah, that was a mistake. Oh, so I guess I take back. Like I thought Toomey had done everything right this episode, but that was,
I forgot about that until now.
yeah, that was wrong. So my ranking still stands with
Yeah.
with Jess, then Toomey, and then I'm like tossed up between Kyle and Natalia, but I think I would put Kyle third.
I don't know because I would probably put Natalia third because Kyle is just very manipulative. And it's
Can
just
be.
not good for the boat,
Yeah.
not good for the interior. But that's all we see. We don't see everything, you know?
Yeah, I know. Okay. Natalia's talking to her boyfriend again on the phone. It's a shit show like always. Nothing really new there. Haley says she wants a job hugging walruses all day, and honestly, that doesn't sound terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
She like made it like she's like, no, it was like a legit job that I saw. She's like, no, I know. Lara's being so nice to Max, and he's completely like fallen into the trap.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And I think at this point, Lara's not really pretending anymore.
No, you're right. I think
Yeah.
to a point she knows what she's doing, but I think she genuinely enjoys him now.
Yeah, I think they just needed to get over that hurdle, and now
Yeah.
they're all kind of vibing with each other.
Because even when they had the issue with the ground line, like I had said at the beginning, she didn't really get mad at him,
Yeah.
which she could have. He did make a mistake.
He did, but he immediately was like, yeah, I know what happened. 2
Yeah.
days ago, I put this away wrong.
Yep.
That's on me.
Yeah.
Just like, thank you.
Right.
We get that like 3 times a season on Below Deck where
Right.
someone's like, hey, I messed up. Sorry.
And thank you to Lara for not like blowing it up and getting mad at him.
Yeah.
We don't need that right now. Okay, so then the women come on board. I said, what do these women do and how do I get in their friend group? What do they do?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
It's got to be something with social media.
Really? You think?
I don't know.
I honestly don't know. And if they said, I missed it, but I did watch this twice and I didn't catch it either time. So maybe they didn't say.
Maybe they didn't. I don't know. Because that part of the episode wasn't like super crazy, so I think I was just distracted.
Right. Yeah. It is
But
so hard to keep
Just
your
every
attention.
little thing.
Yeah, every little thing. That's why I like to watch it live Monday nights and just watch it and then go back and watch it again for notes, because then you kind of like have a basis.
I kind of do. I've been doing the opposite, where the first time I watch it, I take notes, and then like before we record, I just watch
It
it.
again. Yeah, that's a good strategy. I just don't have anything else to watch Monday nights, so I just watch it. I really should try to be more active on like TikTok when I do watch, but social media is hard, man. Like it is so hard. It's a full-time job, and like we obviously both have full-time jobs. We love doing this podcast, and we've talked about this before, like I go in waves of like it's so much. I don't want to make it too much work, you know.
Yeah,
Like if I make it too much work, we're going to stop doing it. And I don't want to stop doing it.
I know, because I've thought that before, where I'm like, oh, I could do this, and this every week, and I'm like, it's already a few hours out of the week
I know.
of a busy ass week. We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
You know, if it starts blowing up, or if our fans really want us to do something, we'll do it. But
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I know. I wish we could. I wish we could hire someone to do the social media, but like that takes money, and
Yeah.
It's just like neither one of us are terrible at social media, but anybody who's tried to do social media, like
Just
to
takes
promote something,
time.
it's so time consuming. Like it really is. And, you know, you also have to have ideas. Like it's, you know, you have to come up with the ideas. You have to shoot the stuff. You have to do it yourself. And so I guess what I'm saying is like, we love doing this. We're consistently going to put the YouTube and the podcast out. But I like sometimes I'm more active on social media than others, and that's okay. And we have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
So back to the women. I don't know what they do, but they do seem fun.
Yeah. If you remember, tell us in the comments
Yeah,
because we can't remember.
For real. We can't remember everything, okay?
We can't, it's not like we're experts at this.
Yeah, it's not like we literally called ourselves the Below Deck experts, okay?
Those are some big shoes to fill.
I know. What the heck? Let's see. The guests think Max is hot,
Yeah.
and he just becomes awkward.
Yeah, he does.
What does he say? Master Jedi of sex in the boat.
Yeah,
It's a translation thing. I don't
I
know
couldn't.
exactly what he. I don't know
I
exactly
heard
what he
him-
meant.
I heard him start, and I was like, no,
No.
turning my brain off for that part. Don't care.
Oh man, it
Yeah.
was. It had to have been a translation thing, but I would have loved to know exactly what he meant.
Yeah,
Who knows? Maybe he's just weird. He is kind of weird.
he's
you
pretty
know?
weird.
Whatever.
They're all pretty weird. The deck team.
Getting into the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, the deck team is kind of weird. I think you have to be a little bit weird to be deck team.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the interior, drama, deck team, weird.
Yeah, because you're really not like talking to many people. And you're just kind of doing your own thing all day on the deck.
Yeah. You have to have a lot of like specific skills.
Yeah.
Like interior, I think I could wing it. You know, like the only thing I don't have is like 5-star service training. But like you can't wing being on the deck. You got to know
No.
stuff, you
Yeah.
know? So, anyways. Okay, let's get into the food. What we have is the first meal was the seafood tower. Looked great.
Yeah.
But even Chef Jack said like, looks cool, not that hard to do.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And I that's what I thought. I was like, it does look cool, but all you got to do is put some raw fish on a plate.
Yeah,
Nice looking.
I know. That's like the part of cooking I struggle with is like making it look good. Because we've just never done that. Like even
Yeah.
growing up, it was just mashed potatoes. Oh, it's still in the pan. Go get some.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody really does that. I think the only people that plate like that would be anybody that's gone to culinary school or has worked in a restaurant. Like nobody does that like normally for their dinners.
Yeah, I only did it like when I was doing social media for the cooking.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah, that's what the same person that commented about wanting to know the food, they said they were excited because you had mentioned that you had your own business for a little bit to give a perspective on cooking. So fun. Okay, then dinner was a tasting menu. He did dishes from all over the world: Vietnamese, Thailand, England, Italian. Well, switch. It was Vietnamese, then Thai, then Italian, then England.
yeah,
All places I think he's lived.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does like to do the whole Vietnamese
Yeah,
cuisine.
Yeah.
which it always looks really good.
I know. I would eat all of that. The first was a Vietnamese spring roll. Looked great.
Yeah,
Totally would have ate that. There was more to it, but I only wrote spring roll.
yeah. I feel like they're not giving him much
I know.
airtime on his food.
Because I even like tried to like pause it, and it was like so quick. But I don't know that. I guess, are we comparing it to like have they given other chefs more airtime on their food? I don't know.
Yeah, not really.
It's weird because they're giving him a lot of airtime in his interviews,
Yeah,
but not showing him in the kitchen a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's where I think where it's different. The Thailand dish was oh God, I'm going to say this wrong. Tom Kha broth.
sounds pretty close.
So we have a local, where we live, there's a Thai restaurant, and I think they have that, but I've never had it. The thing about Thai food is it's pretty fishy.
You know what's weird? I went there like 2 days ago.
With who?
Andrew.
Son of a, you've gone to like my 2 favorite restaurants with Andrew in the last like 3 days. And he even texted me when he was there. He's like, I'm at you're going to hate me.
It was so good.
It's so good. But yeah, I do know that about Thai food is they use fish sauce, like fishy things. And I think it wasn't this, but my husband had gotten some sort of soup. And it was like a Thai sweet and sour. And he was not a fan.
Really?
Because it was so fishy. He's just not a
yeah.
big fishy guy. He'll eat fish and he likes like, shrimp and whatever, but the
Yeah.
basic.
But they use a lot of fish oil.
It's just like an acquired taste. It's like literally just your culture if you're used to it or not. Like we're just not used to
Yeah.
it.
I know that's like curry. I'm not a big fan of curry, but it's used in so many dishes. So
Yeah, again, it's just your culture. It's like people visiting us and oh God, what would be like such an American
lemon
dish?
pepper.
Lemon pepper, yes.
No, I'd say like the amount of cheese we use on stuff.
Oh yeah, and dairy and
Yeah.
cream. Yeah, other countries do not use as much cream and butter and shit like we do.
Yeah.
I was in Italy one time and I was in this like pasta making class and they made the point to be like Alfredo is not Italian.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Because they don't do cream based sauces. They'll do butter sauce, like they'll use butter, but they don't do like heavy whipping cream in their stuff.
Yeah, they're more of like butter, lemon juice,
Olive oil.
olive oil, and a little bit of cheese. That's what they would put on like
Yep.
if they just had noodles at 2 a.m.
Right. Which is actually my favorite. I love
Yeah.
just lemon, Parmesan, salt.
Yeah.
Ugh, so good. Salt and pepper.
Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper. It's good on, honestly, good on everything.
Literally everything.
Italian is classic vongole with mussels. I'm going to Google it right now.
I wanted to remember how to say that.
Did I say it wrong?
I
I'm guessing.
couldn't tell you. I mean, if I was a betting
Fucking
man.
guessing. I did not say that right. I just Googled it. It says, oh, it's Italian for spaghetti with clams.
Oh.
So it's, I wish I could find I would play it out loud if I had a way to, but I don't. So yeah, spaghetti with clams is what it means. And then the next one I was also going to Google. The dessert was from England, the Eton mess.
Yeah, that one kind of confused me.
All right, let's look it up.
But I'm also not a big, I've never really baked or done anything dessert-wise.
Yeah, you are more of the cook. I'm more of the baker.
Yeah.
Ooh, it looks good. God, I'm going to say Eton, but it's probably Eton, I don't know, is a traditional English dessert consisting of a mixture of strawberries or other berries, meringue, and whipped cream. That sounds amazing.
That sounds really good.
So yeah, it's an English dessert. I love like a light dessert with fruit.
Yeah.
Mostly like berries, like strawberries, blackberries, raspberries.
Yeah, that last cake thing you gave me was really good.
Yeah, tres leches.
Yeah, I kept forgetting to tell you that.
It sucks because I was sick. Well, obviously you guys know this is like the first recording in the couple weeks that I've sounded like kind of normal. I keep coughing a little bit, but when I was sick, I made tres leches because I've never tried to, but I love it. But what sucked is I couldn't taste anything.
Oh, yeah.
My taste and smell are probably only back to like 70% right now.
Damn, that sucks.
So that's why I shared it with you and like mom and dad and had Brad taste it because I was like, you guys got to tell me how it is because I literally don't know.
It was really good.
Good. Yeah, I'll probably try again. But those are my favorite kind of things to make is like those lighter desserts. I do like chocolate, but like, you know what's a dessert that I'm not crazy about?
What?
Cheesecake.
It's got to be really good cheesecake.
Yes, I agree.
I'd never buy a cheesecake from Walmart and be like, oh, can't wait for this.
Nope, never. I'll eat a Cheesecake Factory cheesecake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, if I have a list in front of me, like a lot of restaurants usually have like a chocolate cake and a cheesecake and maybe a tres leches and maybe like a fruit tart or something. I'm always going to go for like the chocolate over the cheesecake.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the fruit over the chocolate.
I'm just not a big dessert guy.
Yeah. I've become more as I've gotten older. Like obviously as a kid you are. And then I went through a phase there where I really wasn't eating dessert really at all.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like kind of going back to it.
I'm always just like, if you're still hungry after you eat more food.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. I got that. That's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I can't take credit for that.
Dang it. I want to start watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, actually. I just
You haven't watched it?
Well, I have on and off, but I've never watched it the full way through, and Brad's never watched it.
It's really good.
I know, I like it. I've just never thought I always go back to like King of Queens at night. Schitt's Creek is another one that I'll always go back to. You need to watch Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've seen like probably 5 or 6 episodes of it.
No, you need to watch Schitt's Creek. That's a good one. You also need to watch Ted Lasso.
I do.
Like, Ted Lasso arguably is my favorite show ever.
Yeah. Peaky Blinders, though.
Well, Breaking
That's
Bad
my-
arguably
oh,
too.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting way off topic.
We have not been on topic
Sorry,
much this
guys.
episode.
Hopefully it's been entertaining.
Well, hopefully you'll like us.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so then Kyle's up till like 3 a.m. with the girls. We talked about that. Natalia, the next morning, Natalia goes to Sandy. It has that talk. What's the vibe you got from that?
I think she was thinking about leaving,
Yeah.
and I think Captain Sandy talked her out of it, but I don't know why they wouldn't have shown that.
They kind of did, but it was like shortened, and that's why I say like, what was the vibe? Like, do you think Natalia was really serious about leaving, or do you think she just kind of wanted to give Sandy a heads up of like, here's where my head's at?
I think probably more on the side of here's where my head's at,
Yeah.
and then maybe get some validation from her.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I got too. I didn't ever get the vibe that Natalia was ready to like walk off the boat.
Yeah. I don't think she was, but I think she might be in the next episode or two.
Yeah, we do see some drama in the preview.
Yeah, everyone's crying and everyone's
Kyle's
pissed
on the
at each
floor.
other. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle's like screaming at Natalia, which we saw last season too. But
Yeah. I mean, they're just a little sideshow
yeah,
on their own.
they are. Then Captain Sandy trips.
And takes it like a champ.
She really did.
Like,
She literally was like, I think my wrist is broken, but she played it off like nothing happened.
yeah. Breaks a wrist. Has Luca finish the job. Gives him a high five. It was the opposite hand.
Okay,
But she's holding a radio with the one that she broke.
I know.
And she's like, all right, got to get to my cabin. I've broken my wrist before. It felt the same way. She goes up there. She's like, all right, I got to go. And he's in charge.
Yeah, literally took
Such
it
a-
like a champ.
Such a badass.
Part of me was like, do you think she's embarrassed?
No.
I mean, it's a little embarrassing
It's a little embarrassing,
to fall in general.
but I don't think that's something she would.
I was
that
just so
much about.
confused by it because they had already moved a kayak.
Yeah.
It was the second kayak, and they went the exact same way, which things happen. Don't get me wrong. Everybody trips over stuff that they shouldn't trip over, but I was just confused because I was like, how did she not know like that giant thing was there?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I was just thinking, like, I'd be pretty excited to throw a kayak off a yacht.
Maybe
And
she
I might forget that there was something there and break my wrist.
pretty excited.
I would have been.
That's a good point. I think she was just distracted too.
Yeah. I mean, she's got 1,000 things she has to do in a day.
So, right. So, we don't know whether she actually broke it or not. She was on the boat getting ready to go get it checked out when the episode ended. Kyle's super pissed at Jess. We already talked about that. That's how that ends. And I think that's it. Did I miss anything?
I think just the credits.
So we talked about how Chef takes a shot.
Chef takes a shot.
Things are going off the rails.
Luca and Jess are totally going to get together.
Right.
He might make her cry. They don't say why she's crying.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's just crying and freaking out.
I wonder how Natalia feels about Jess and Luca.
If I had to guess,
Okay.
it's not going to be the best.
Do you think?
I think so.
Part of me was thinking, is Natalia even there?
That's what I was thinking too, because you don't see much of
You
her
don't.
outside of like the next few events. Like you don't see her at the bar when Luca's hitting on Jess.
Right.
Which, yeah, I don't know.
I know. Oh, I just randomly remembered that I think there's a couple YouTube comments I haven't responded to.
There is.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm usually good about doing it within like 24 hours, but I just thought of that because someone commented. I'm actually going to go to the comments right now. Oh, yeah. Someone said, regarding if there's ever been a season where someone doesn't get fired, my partner and I were just talking about this. No one was fired in the most recent season of Sailing Yacht.
Yeah.
Someone definitely should have been, though, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
God. people have theories that they're cutting Gary out of the next season of Sailing Yacht completely.
I thought he was like in jail.
He's not in jail. He didn't go to BravoCon. Nobody talked about him at BravoCon.
Yeah.
So my theory is like, so we're watching Med right now, then it's going to be regular Below Deck, then it's Sailing Yacht, so it starts all over. So Sailing Yacht, the season that's going to premiere, I'm guessing in like probably early summer.
Yeah.
That they've already filmed it, but there's theories out there that like they're going to cut Gary out of it, which is I mean is going to be so hard though. How are you going to cut out the first? Well, I don't know. I guess you can. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't bring him back after that.
No. We'll see what happens.
He's also insanely bad for crew morale.
Well, yeah, Lane doesn't like Gary no matter. Like, he doesn't like him even regarding...
I never liked him.
Yeah, even with whatever. But, okay, I have a secret word. Or do you have a secret word?
No, I forgot.
Texas.
Texas.
I was just in Texas, so. And I wanted to say something nice. Actually, I was just in San Antonio, and I loved San Antonio. I think the people there were super nice. Like, not that I ever thought everybody in Texas is mean or whatever, but like, San Antonio itself, if anybody's listening from San Antonio, the vibe I got was very inclusive, which is weird for Texas. You don't kind of view Texas as that because of the politics, conservative, whatever.
Yeah, they don't have the the stereotype is very different.
Yes. But I don't know if anybody's listening from San Antonio, let me know. Is it an inclusive city? Because it really did seemed like safe and inclusive, and that was the vibe I got, which I loved. So
Nice.
Secret word is Texas. That's where I just was.
Secret word is Texas. If you like us enough to make it this far,
Yeah.
give us a big old Texas.
It was a big old Texas.
That sounds worse than it's supposed to.
Thank you, everybody. Of course, we love again the comments, the likes, the subscribes. Share us with your friends you think that would like us, and leave us a review wherever you're listening.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.